There's silence in the studio. Welcome to the Queen Pickle podcast. In this podcast, we talk about Indian-style pickle, the ingredients we use in our pickles. Yes, we're also a food business, and go through the ups and downs of running a small food business. My name is Mira D'Souza, and I make Indian-style pickles out of a kitchen in Somerville, Massachusetts. Indian-style pickle comes in different varieties. They can be preserved with vinegar, they can be preserved in a brine solution or in salt, or they can be preserved in oils. The pickles that I'm making are preserved in extra virgin canola oil. We're also here with my sister Mira D'Souza, who is an actress, singer, and a rock star MC.
Hi, Mira.
Hi!
Mira's pickles are really delicious. We finished 2 jars in about 3 days.
And this is our first episode. Tara just arrived, so we're catching up.
Mm-hmm.
What has happened already is we have our license for a business. We're officially Queen Pickle.
Yay!
We're cooking out of a shared kitchen. I've gone through a health inspection from the health inspector of Somerville. That went well, and so I have my health permit until July, because that's when all the health permits run out.
Mm-hmm.
A wholesale permit is what I need to get into retail stores. There are a bunch of hoops that you have to jump through as a food business.
Have you jumped through any of them?
I've jumped through a few. I currently have my food samples at a lab at the University of Maine, and then we'll send back their analysis. And once I have results back, I will be able to give them to the health department, and then the health department comes in and we go through everything. We had our first photo shoot.
How'd it go?
It was great. My friend Justin McIntosh is working with me on the design, and he also helped with the photo shoot. I did a bunch of headshots. I think that was the hardest part.
Really?
The photo shoot went well. We have photos of the pickle with mac and cheese, Greek yogurt, and we have some rice and dal with
Rice and lentils.
some vegetables, which is how we grew up eating pickle. So we have a lot of shots to choose from. Now it's just whittling down to a select few, and then we'll be ready to put stuff up on the website, which my friend Mark Watabe is helping with.
Great. So that's not far away.
So once that happens, then I'm just a fulfillment monkey, which is going to be a lot of biking around the city, going to the post office, dropping packages off, little Queen Pickle jars.
So we're looking at jars in stores in a month.
I think the next time we have a podcast, maybe there'll be jars on some shelves.
How exciting.
The idea behind Queen Pickle was to create a company that was pickling the produce that you find around the United States. When we were growing up, we always had mango pickle. It was a pickle that made sense because we were in India. I love mango pickle. So instead of using green mangoes, I thought it'd be cool to try using apples. And green apples have a lot of tartness to them, this texture that is similar to mangoes in certain ways, and are delicious to eat. So another one is cranberry.
Now that's interesting because I've tried both, as I mentioned earlier, and eaten a lot of them. And the cranberry, actually in India we do tomato pickle. And the cranberry really reminds me of tomato pickle. And when you think of cranberry, you think of sweet, like cranberry sauce that people use for Thanksgiving. But this really has more spice to it than the apple does. And it's delicious. What else do you put in your pickles?
The cranberry pickle actually has coffee in it.
which is not something you would pickle in India.
I love the taste of roasted fenugreek, and I always associate it to the taste of roasted coffee because it has similarities between them. And it was, I think, about 9 a.m, and I had coffee next to me, and I said, well, I have to make this pickle. I'm going to make it with coffee. Do you have a pickle story you want to share?
A pickle story?
Yeah.
Me and our brother, Noel, and the two of us really, really loved mango pickle. And you're not supposed to eat it with a spoon straight from the jar because it's a lot of chili powder and a lot of salt and a lot of oil, and you're meant to eat little bits of it with your food. But because we loved it so much, we would hide in the cupboard, and there are no lights in the cupboard, with the giant jar of mango pickle that my father used to make, and 2 spoons, and we would literally eat it out of the jar, and we could polish off half a giant jar that way in one sitting. Do you have any pickle stories?
Papa making fish pickle and then transporting it from the west coast to the east coast back to Hyderabad, well, to central India, and the pickle getting on the floor of the car, and it was in this bucket, and it had this very, very heavy smell. And I remember sitting in that car and just breathing in the pickle.
And yet you chose to go into the pickle business.
It's one of those memories that you think back to and you're like, I sat in a car that smelled of pickle, fish pickle nonetheless. And somehow everything was okay.
I remember driving from a hill station to Hyderabad with wild boar curry that our father had made, and it spilt in the car.
This is a common theme.
It's a common theme, and I cannot eat wild boar curry because of that. I can still smell that we had to smell for 2 days straight, and I cannot eat wild boar curry.
Oh my goodness. Oh, that's funny. Thank you so much for being here.
You're welcome.
But next time we'll catch up, I will fill you in on how the business is going, what's happened, what's changed, things that have sucked, things that have been great. We'll talk a little more about different pickles in India. If you have any questions, talk to us, email us, call us. Should I give out a number?
If you want someone to call you, you probably should.
The number is 617-871-9322. Leave us a message.
And what about an email address? Don't give them mine.
So my email address, and this is Mira, is mira@queenpickle.com. Send us an email. Tell us what you want to hear more of. If you have any questions about pickles, about Indian pickles, about how not to spill pickle in your car while driving across the country with your family, we're here. This podcast is recorded at the PRX Podcast Garage. Music by Blue Dot Sessions.